Right, if you just joined us, it's still Enterprise Friday on Enterprise TV. Now to our main conversation. Timothy Daluk, chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) in Mangu local government area of Plateau State, has accused troops of the Nigerian army of allegedly aiding the killing of Christians in the local government area. In a trending viral video, Daluk alleged that the troops sent away Christians from the area to allow the militia to burn their houses. In the video, Daluk claimed that troops restricted the curfew to Christian-dominated areas of Mangu while free movement was allowed in other areas. Quote, "At this particular point in time, they have sent every Christian away from the new market, thereby leaving the Muslims to come and burn the houses," end quote. The cleric called for the withdrawal of troops from Mangu local government area, adding that he will mobilize Christians to defend themselves. Reacting to Daluk's statement, the defense headquarters on Thursday said the accusation against the military are baseless, untrue, and lack any reasonable foundation. The military carried out its duties professionally and in accordance with the rules of engagement. However, the defense military said, quote, "Henceforth, any person found spreading falsehood will face constitutional redress and regardless of their status in the society." With me in the studios to make sense of this story making headline is Dr. Olayinka Oyegbile. He is a journalist and also an educator. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
And welcome to...
Thank you very much.
So, we will be going into this issue. Of course, it's been a headline news for quite some time. It keeps, piling up every other time. When we think it has come to an end, it resurfaces again. And the question now is a banter between the Christian Association of Nigeria with Daluk, the chairman, and also the defense headquarters. How true do you think this allegation is coming from the Christian Association of Nigeria?
Well, the truth of it is that he who feels it knows it. But even at the same time, I will not go to the bank with the statement of Mr. Timothy Daluk. The reason is that he has been overwhelmed by emotion and grief, seeing people being killed.
Okay.
I understand that.
Okay.
And as a Christian, he must feel that it is his right to make that allegation.
Okay.
And also talk about his people. I don't want us to begin to color this in religious garb, because the army is made up of both Christians and Muslims. And I am not sure, or we don't have the statistics to tell us that the army that were deployed to Mangu are Muslims.
Of course, it wouldn't be. The military wouldn't even want to give it that definition or coloration.
So, for him to say that the army is partisan, he might have his point. As I said, he is there. I'm not there.
Yeah, true.
But at least one thing I can say is that I know Mangu very well.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Jos.
Yeah.
So I know Mangu and I've been there several times. The population there are mixed.
Yeah.
So the area that has been attacked is perhaps more Christian, he wants to say. But what I want us to look at is, please let us look at this thing as criminals, not religious, because the moment we begin to denigrate that, there are Muslims killing Christians, we are making the problem more complicated. Religious wars are wars that don't end. So You know the beginning of a war, but you never know the direction and the end of it. The issue is, I saw the video myself.
Okay.
And I feel, I'm a Christian, let that be clear. I feel I feel their pain, because what has been going on in Plateau State all these years, in fact, I think it started in 2000 and 2001, has been the issue of whether Christians and Muslims and all that. For instance, if you go to Jos now, where I was born, where I lived for almost 35 years, the city has been divided into two.
True.
The Christian and the Muslim.
True.
Which was not the case when we were growing up. As I always say, my family house, the house where I grew up and I became a man, is just a shouting distance away from the central mosque in Jos. But now, nobody of my religion or even my ethnicity lives in that area again, because it has been consigned to. So, how that relates to Mangu is that don't let us begin to see everything under the religious purview. When Daluk is saying now that they should withdraw the troops and he will mobilize the Christians to defend themselves, what does it mean? It's a call to war. And as much as I sympathize with everyone that has lost life and property, we must not allow our emotion and grief to take over our lives. The people that are doing this are simply criminals. Whether they are Christians or Muslims, it doesn't matter.
Yes, Doctor, I truly do agree with you. As much as we try to be rational with our thoughts, I think it's very important we go to the remote cause of this issue. And the remote cause, or the effect of the remote cause of this, is the fact that the Christian-dominated areas are the target. The victims are Christian-dominated areas, right? And a couple of weeks back, we had almost 200 people that were killed. The report says they were all Christians, women and children. A couple of days back, 30 other persons were killed. And the population are mainly Christians. So why are we trying to, soft pedal it, this or all of these things and saying, oh, let's give peace? Of course, it's very important for us to give peace a chance, but I still think it's very important that we get to the root cause of this issue. Now, Doctor, I'd love you, before you go into that, you would agree with me that we've had situations in the past where bandits or terrorists were arrested, and it was alleged that they were reabsorbed into the military. And from people on the ground, they have stated that there is this engagement between the military and the people who come to attack them. So these are facts. So what do you have to say about that, with respect to your submission, or not giving it a coloration?
I will not want to say they are facts, as far as I'm concerned. They are allegations, which the military or those in authority are supposed to dispel or confirm. But what I'm saying in essence is that, look, life is precious. And when we say more Christians are killed than Muslims in that particular, how do we? Is there anybody that did a head count?
The statistics is open domain.
Look, I'm a man that wants to deal with facts and statistics.
But Doctor, statistics are there.
And because as a journalist and a teacher of journalists, I deal with facts.
Okay.
I want people to confront me with facts like this. Okay. Then we can debate that. I'm not saying more Christians have not been killed or more Muslims have not been the attackers or whatever. But what I'm saying is that in all this, where does it end?
Yes.
We must I give Pastor Timothy Daluk his view, I mean, the right to hear his views.
Yes.
That Christians are being asked to move away and Muslims or attackers are coming to attack their properties and all that. Yes, he has a right to say that. The military, what the military now needs to do is, one, to investigate and to be sure that when they ask people to move, there must be a way to protect their property.
Yes.
Because when you ask people to move, or when people are being attacked, and the kind of protection you give does not make sure that they are protected, there will be a problem.
Okay.
Because when riots blow out like this, emotions are inflamed, and people are very emotional about it. And my problem with this is that government is the root cause of all this problem.
Okay.
Since the riot started in Plateau State in 2000 or 2001, up to this moment, we have not been able to put a face to the criminals. They got to arrest some riffraffs. Of course, those ones are the Uchins who go about and set houses ablaze and do all that. You know, there's a saying that he that is down needs fear no fear. These people, they don't have any property, they don't have anything, so they are ready to destroy people's property. But there are people who sponsor them, or people who support them, people who give them confidence. We have never seen it happen.
And you mean to say those people, we can't find any of those characters possibly in the military?
Well, it's not impossible that they are there.
Okay.
Because the issue is that many of these people, they also have their own biases. So it is possible that they are there in the military, but has the military been able to find them out? So these are issues that we should talk about, that look, you must be able to pinpoint who are the people behind this thing. As I said, up till this moment, we have not seen either a civilian or a military person or a police officer or whatever who has been pinpointed. In Rwanda, that man with a very long name, Rabinowska or something, the man that engineered that was part of it.
Yes, the genocide.
The man has been sentenced.
Yes, true.
At least Rwandans can put a face to it that this was one of the people who made this thing to happen. But in Nigeria, we have never found that out. You know, in 2011, my first book was about Plateau State.
Okay.
And I mentioned this. The issue is the people that are behind this, the government knows them.
Okay.
The government knows them very well, but because the government is always afraid, I don't know why.
Okay.
Look at those who are alleged to have been sponsoring Boko Haram.
Yes.
In the Dubai government, gave the government their names, their account details, how they were funneling money from Dubai or wherever to the insurgents.
Yes.
What has happened up till today? The issue dominated the media for some few weeks, and after that, up till today, those guys perhaps are working free.
So while those guys work free, don't you think it is right, just like Daluk did say, it's important for people or Christians to begin to defend themselves, because obviously the government is not doing anything about this issue. So he might equally be right, if he said that he would mobilize his people to defend themselves.
Yes, he has a right to say that, but if you say Christians should defend themselves, are you saying the Muslims will not also want to defend themselves? The Armenists will not also want to defend themselves? So who are you defending against who?
Well,
the issue is now will be that everybody will now, you want to encourage militia, then every group will have its own people that it says wants to develop, defend. So if now somebody offends another person, maybe he takes his girlfriend, he now finds a reason to go and meet him and then they begin to fight. You know, what I'm saying in essence is this. As I said earlier on, I was born and raised in Jos.
Yes.
The Jos or the plateau that I grew up in, when two people are fighting, whoever comes the elder or whoever comes there first, we ask what was the cause of the quarrel.
Yeah.
The two of you will explain yourself and you apportion blame. But nowadays it is no longer like that. Immediately you are wearing a shirt and somebody is wearing a kaftan, and the person that wants to arbitrate in the quarrel is wearing a kaftan, you know that he will support the person wearing the kaftan. It doesn't even matter. That was not the kind of a country or a state that we grew up in. We must get to that point where people must begin to look at issues from the rational point of view. I agree. Everybody has been so agitated. If you go to some states, the Christians will tell you that they are marginalized. Other states, the Muslims will tell you they are marginalized. So the whole thing has become, even the country now, is almost divided on religious lines. You know what the debate was during the election, or when APC came with Muslim tickets. So there is that. Everybody is sitting at the edge. I see you are a Muslim. I feel that you want to take my right. You are a Christian. The Muslim feels you want to take his or her right. So for how long are we going to do? When you go to the filling station, did they ask whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, and then they will give you a discount in your fuel you want to buy or the food market? So we must look, as much as I agree that things are getting out of hand, but we must begin to look at the positive side of things.
Yes. So in as much as we look at the positive side of things, the big question here is, when the government refuses to do what is needed of them, what do you expect people to do in defense of themselves? Sir, you would remember that during the Christmas Eve, just a couple of months back, the same Jos Plateau State, about 140 persons were killed Eve to Christmas. And now we're hearing 30 more people are killed. When the government refuses to do what they should do, what should the people do in defense of themselves?
You know, as I said earlier, the fault of all this lays at the door of government. It is government, not the present government alone. Right from 1999 until now, when we began to have all these religious crises. You remember in the 80s, when it was in the Mangu so that the thing first started.
The Matasini.
It was under President Shehu Shagari, and it was the then General Muhammadu Buhari as the GOC in Jos that drove the Matasini from Mangu up into charge, and in fact he almost lost his commission because he didn't get the go-ahead from the president then. But what has changed? Why is it that nowadays we now see things the other way around? I think what is very, very important is people must be adequately educated, especially the North. The North has not been given its due by their leaders in terms of education. And that is why people see religion in everything. Everything that is going on there, if a Christian does anything, a Muslim will shout. A Muslim does anything, a Christian will shout. So there must be a way that things must settle.
Okay.
Because, and the whole problem, I'm not blaming Daluk. Let nobody get that, go away with that belief. The blame rests squarely with the government.
Okay.
It is the fault of government that those who are causing all these problems are not taken care of. It is the reason why people like Daluk will come and make such accusations.
Okay.
Because if those people have been disciplined, it will happen again.
All right, so while we hope that the government will educate those in the north, so let us look at how other regions have been able to solve this problem. In the southwest of Nigeria, the governors have come together to create Amotekun, simply because of the same issue. The same people that everybody points fingers at are the reasons why Amotekun was created. In the southeast of Nigeria, the government created a Bubagu, while the agitators created the Eastern Security Network, still to fight these same people that all fingers are pointing at. And now, if you take a look at the southwest of Nigeria, Amotekun has done an incredible job by ensuring that issues that you see in the north central of Nigeria is not seen in the southwest of Nigeria. And also the Eastern Security Network in the southeast equally are doing fantastic job in ensuring that what you see repeatedly in the north central is not seen in the southeast of Nigeria. Now, these are success stories that are facts. Don't you think it's time for the north central to equally create some sort of agency to help them, tackle issues? Because of course there's a success story from other regions.
I think we are coming to that gradually. A day or two ago, the Daily Trust newspaper ends its usual yearly dialogue. And at that dialogue, the former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, and I think the Sultan of Sokoto and many northern leaders were there. And one of the things they all agreed with is that, look, there is a need now to have state police.
Okay.
This was things that they in the past they've kicked against. But now you've seen a situation where you must have a state police. State police does not mean it will be made up of indigenes alone. Okay. No. For instance, if Lagos has state police now, it doesn't mean it's only Lagosians that will be members of the police force. What it means is that if you live in Lagos, you know Lagos, you can be a member. So, because what that means is that these people, they will know every territory. It's not that you employ one Olayinka and take him to my place he doesn't know. Or you employ one Joseph from Southeast and you bring him to Southwest where he doesn't know. State police means that people must police the area they know.
But doctor, is the issue about state policing, because we understand how our politicians behave, how they hijack issues like this. For the politicians and those in the political class, fantastic, let's have a state police so they can use them. But my question is, can't we have a security network without necessarily having a state police like we have? Amotekun is not a state police, but they're doing a fantastic job in collaboration with the national police, with the police of Nigeria. Eastern Security Network or the Bubagu are doing an awesome job in the southeast, working with the police. Don't you think it's also important for other regions in Nigeria to equally have such agencies without necessarily calling it a state police?
Well,
finally,
it is necessary, but you see, the issue is systems are created and run by human beings. it is not the system that is the problem. It is the human beings that are that constitute that problem. When you talk of state police or whatever, when LASMA started in Lagos, the federal government fought tooth and nail to make sure that LASMA doesn't exist, that it must be FRS everywhere. But today, every state, almost every state has a traffic agency. So there will be abuses because it is a human institution and it is run by humans. But what we are saying is that even if you have those agencies, there will be problem because it is going to be run by humans. Where we don't, where those things continue to happen and be like that is because those who do wrong are not punished. So unless we punish people, we will never run an institution that will be perfect.
Very true.
Abroad, that everybody is running to Dubai and the rest of them, why are people running there? It's because the system works and they punish those who do wrong. You see people who don't obey traffic rules here. When they get to nearby Kutonu here, they obey traffic rules. It's because the laws are applied. But in our own case, if I know the LASMA LASMA senior officer and I break the road, I call him and they say, oh, he's my friend, or he let him go. But in other places, you must pay for your wrongs.
Yeah, very, very true. Well, just like Dr. did say, you know, what we need in our country is peace. And the truth remains that we cannot have a striving country, you know, a developed country without peace. Peace is so very, very important, and we hope and pray that the government will do what they should do, while Nigerians could equally support the government in ensuring that we have a peaceful country. I'd love to say thank you to Dr. Olayinka Oyebile for being part of our morning discussion today. Thank you so very much, sir, for being part of our show. And for you watching, we'd love to say thank you so very much also for being part of our program today. Please do well to visit our website at www.enterprisetvnews.com, and also follow us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Igubike. Thank you for watching, and cheers.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.